truly dislike horses. And it all goes back to high school when I was a counselor. I was a camp counselor for the 7th grade, so I was in 11th, 12th grade, and they have high school students be counselors for the middle school students who are spending a week at camp. So when I was a counselor, I was assigned a session that was the ride the horses session. So as I'm walking from the cabins over to the stables where he's supposed to get on the horse and ride, I see a kid. He looks lost. I'm like, hey man, what's up? He's like, I'm trying to go to this horse, my horse session, but I don't know where to find it. So I was like, hey man, I'm headed the same way, so why don't you follow me? So we get there, and then the 3 people who were like running the show, they're standing there with their arms crossed, and they say, hey, you guys are late. I was like, oh yeah, he couldn't find his way, so I just helped him. And the head guy who was wearing like this weird cowboy hat says, do you know what we do to people who are late? And I said, no. And they each like started chucking manure. First of all, they had manure in their hands the whole time they were talking to us, which is very bizarre. But then they start chucking manure at me and the kid. Well, the kid gets freaked out, turns around to run away, and runs into the electric fence and gets zapped. I grab the kid, pull him off, and at this point I'm like 17 or something, and I don't know what to do. So that experience aside, we go on with the day, and we get on these horses. And mind you, this is like early March, probably in Michigan, still pretty cold. So the horse they give me, I'm at the end. They put the ranchers in the front, the kids in the middle, and then me at the end. And I've never ridden a horse before. This is my first time. So they give me this lame horse, and I think his name was Stanley or something. And he was old, not very fast, and kind of like leaned to the side a little bit. So I'm on this horse, and we're going through this like pricker patch. Like there's this path, but it goes through these pricker trees. I don't know what they're called. They're bushes with like thorns on them. And so Stanley starts bobbing to the side a little bit, and my leg gets caught in like the thorns. And so the horse keeps going forward as my leg is being pulled backwards, like thorns going into it. And then I scream, and then like the rancher dude turns around. He's like, "Hey, shut up! I'm gonna scare these horses." And I was like, my leg's being ripped off right now. What would you like me to do? So it was a terrible experience. That was my one and only time on a horse, and I never plan on doing it again. So ever since then, and this horse field is right across from my work, so I have to see it every day. There's people who come over here and marvel at the horses and ooh and ah at them. I look at them and I spit at them because I can't even stand the sight of them. It's really not even their fault. It's a fault of these stupid people at the stupid camp back in 1994, 95, whenever it was. I'll never forgive them for that. And truthfully, I should give horses another chance because it's not their fault, but I really don't want to. I've made up my mind. This is the one. I feel like I'm pretty flexible-minded and open, but this is one thing I won't bend on. Horses suck.